everybody, I am super excited to do this video because I am worldwide premiering the brand new amp pack from one of my all-time favorite producers, Colin Richardson. Now, who in the world is Colin Richardson and what has he done? Well, if you check out your CD collection, chances are you might have a record or two he's done. Bands like Machine Head, Carcass, Slipknot. Colin's credit list looks like a who's who of heavy metal. What does his plugin sound like? Check this out. I gotta say, I'm absolutely blown away. That's the sound you can get out of a plugin running on your desktop computer. Truly, we live in interesting times. All right, so I'm at the desk because I want to show you guys what's going on here with this mix. And I got to say, I'm really thrilled with how that turned out. I'm absolutely in love with the guitar sound on this. I love how well it works with the bass guitar. I love how well it works with the drums. It's like, this is kind of, you know, my ideal kind of mix, honestly. This is what I've been after for all these years, and it only took a plugin from Colin Richardson to pull it off. It's just so fat, it's so thick, and it's like, I can't believe that is just a plug-in VST. Wow, I am completely blown away. Now, am I gonna sell all of these amps anytime soon? Probably not, but if I want to bang something out pretty quick for a demo on something unrelated to guitars, I would probably be reaching for this first because it just works so well. Now, let me break it down here for you, because what I've got 4 rhythm guitars going, and this is what I've been doing lately, and I've been getting just some fantastic results with it, is blending 2 different tones. So we've got this tone here, and this one. Now, Colin cleverly named some of these presets. Now, this one here is preset 74, which is pepper spray. Oh, what does pepper spray do? Oh, it burns my eyes. Whew, wow, what record could that have possibly been? Oh, I don't know. Jeez, Machine Head possibly? Oh, that was like one of my favorite guitar sounds ever. I was just absolutely crushing. Now, I always thought that was recorded on greenbacks, but looking here, we got a PV6505 with a Marshall 4x12 with vintage 30s and 257s. I actually did that same kind of thing on the Black Creek record back in 2006 and got great results with that as well. Who'd have thunk it? I would imagine one mic is set up to be bright, one mic is a little bit darker. Now, the Marshall 4x12s with the vintage 30s, especially if you can get ones from the 90s or the 2000s, really had a cool sound going on with them. And I sold mine and I just got it back recently. Ever so happy for that. But this is just, you know, this is just ripping tone. And it's a pretty cool interface. I mean, pretty simple. Wow, the bass really didn't do too much, at least the mid does. That's cool. Let's see what the resonance does. There we go. Now, obviously, all this stuff set at the noon position is going to be the exact match of whatever sample Colin took through his gear. And this is going to get where it wants to go. Now, I was asking the guys at STL about this. I said, what's different between, say, like this and, say, a profile through a Kemper and whatnot? And they were saying, you know, the thing about a Kemper is, you know, once you start tweaking the knobs a little bit, it really doesn't sound like the original amp anymore, whereas this does. And I'm like, okay, I'm a little skeptical of that claim, to be honest with you. 5150 will get a whole lot muddier than that when you crank the bass up. Let me just take the gate off here. Oh, what could that possibly be? That plugin. So let's try that again. Can you crank that up again? Do I got a C4 on that? Yeah, let's take that off. Okay, there's the mud. Let's put that back. Okay, that's clean. Got the C4 back on and the blocker. No wonderful, it just saves so much editing. Anyway, the other track over here, these two guys here. This is Halfworks preset. And oh gee, Halfworks. What could that possibly be? Heartwork, perhaps? I would think so. I'm imagining they've changed up the names slightly, so, you know, copyright issues, any of that crap, they don't have to deal with it. There's a bunch in here, like Dark in here, World Ender, Undefeated, Dying Through. Yeah, Not Hopeless. Okay, I'm guessing that's Slipknot, maybe? Let's try that. Let's try that. Marshall JVM. Yeah. Now, here's the thing I'm noticing on those two. They're both using Marshall JVMs, and I always thought the Heartwork record was done on a 5150 into that giant Frankencab, but maybe it was done through a JVM. That's pretty interesting. And the fact we go back to the Burn My Eyes preset, and that's a 6505 with vintage 30s, and again, I thought that was a 5150 into greenbacks, just goes to show it's like, hey, maybe I've been barking up the wrong tree for all these years, and maybe I need to go dig up a JVM. But then again, you know, Marshall's probably not too happy with what I did to the Chode amp, so they'd probably tell me to go to hell. I'll have to see if I can go dig one up somewhere. But I like the sound of that JVM into a Mesa, what do we got here? Oversized vintage 30s. Okay, I have one of those with a 57 and 421. Okay, easy enough to do in here as well. But this right here just tells me what I need to do to get this kind of a similar sound. So I need to go dig up a JVM, but I can definitely mic up that cab. I've got a couple of the vintage Mesa cabs, and they sound phenomenal. So 57 421, which have always sounded good on the Mesa cabs, but again, they definitely changed their sound somewhere around the 2005 region, and I went and dug up a couple of older ones last fall, and they just sound absolutely phenomenal. So I definitely want to see if I can get something similar to this. Now, of course, on the Carcass Heartwork record, they built the Frankencab, and that was two cabinets with the backs removed. And then they glued them together and sealed off the back cabinet, and then they got this double-sized cab. And I think that's where the people at Mesa got the idea to do the oversized cab. So it's kind of the similar idea, just not quite as huge. I'm still thinking about building a Frankencab here to hear how it sounds and to see if we can pull it off. Might be a lot of fun to do. But like I said, I got to say, when you blend these two guys together, damn! That's just a match made in heaven. I absolutely adore that sound. And the fact that is coming out of the plugin just blows my mind. That is so cool. Now, just to go over the interface here, it looks like there's a lot of presets here, and they're all based on cabinets, amps, and microphones. I see they chose the Austrian audio. I'm pretty sure that's the OC818 that they're using there. I could be wrong, but that's pretty cool. SM57 with a 421 and a 301. Now, there's a ton of presets to go here. They all seem to be based around cabinets, but there's also a list of the microphones used and then the amps and whatnot. Looks like they went by cabinet and then just went amp to amp to amp to amp just to get the different sounds. And then, you know, they're using some Austrian audio mics, 57, 421, and I'm seeing a 301 here. I'm not sure what that is. That could be a Mojave Audio FET 301, but I could be completely wrong here. Now, what's really interesting here is that if you go through this, stay on the same cabinet and mic and just swap out the amp heads, you're going to notice just how little the tone actually changes. Now, this is exactly what I mean. You go with the 6505 here, but you change mics out from the Austrian audio to the 57 421 301 blend. Watch what happens. Completely different voicing, and this is what I'm talking about, changes in tone. Again, we go back to this with Marshall 4x12 G1265s with the Austrian audio mic. Again, completely different sound from this one. So that's cool. It's giving you a completely different voicing and a different way for the tones to sit in the mix. And this is really cool because if you say you've got a blender set up like this, if we're going to run both, we'll leave this one at the pepper spray preset. And we're just going to scan through this and see if we can get some other blender tones, see what we get. Pretty subtle. Okay, that's cool. One more time. That's still my favorite, the half works right there. That's the JVM with a Marshall 4x12 and a 57 and a 421. I said, I think I'm going to have to go dig up a JVM and check that out because I think that is super cool. Now, just to prove this isn't a fluke, I'm running the half works patch right now, just into this awesome Harley Benton 7-string with some EMGs. Wow, that is unbelievably thick. I really, really, really love that tone. I'm so glad Colin made that patch available because I've been after that tone for, I don't know, 25 years, something like that. Colin, thank you so much for making that available to everybody. Seriously. That is just absolutely awesome. Now, one really cool feature about this thing, you guys know how I love blending HM2 sounds in with full on metal tube amps and that kind of thing, kind of like 2 channels on the amp, 2 channels with the HM2. You can do the exact same thing with the STL Tone Hub. They've got a bunch of pedals here. And yeah, if you want that Swedish chainsaw thing, so that's another kind of blender sound you can use with, you know, like a standard metal rhythm tone and to get something really nasty going on underneath. But once again, you've got this incredible library of tones to pick from. Now, don't just take my word for it that this is quite possibly the greatest software amp sim ever created. I want you to let your own ears be the judge because there's a 5-day free trial that you can get over on STL Tones, but it's not going to be available right now. We've got a worldwide exclusive over here on Spectre Sound, and the software isn't going to be available to the general public until February the 18th. When that day comes, head on over to STL Tones, grab the 5-day free trial and see if it blows you away as much as it blew me away, because I am floored by this freaking thing. Just checking my notes here so I don't screw this up. If you're a Tone Hub user already, you can get the pack for $39 as an intro price, and STL Tone Hub is going for $179 as well. I'm not sure if they're going to have any combo deals available. I'd say go head on over to STL Tones and check out the pricing, see what's available, see what's up for grabs, but by all means, grab the trial and check out this pack because it is absolutely stellar. Colin, I gotta say, I'm absolutely blown away with the tones you put together here. They're absolutely phenomenal. They sound fantastic, and they're also a great platform to check my own work against to see just how far I need to come before I can be really happy with the tones I'm creating as well. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out the Colin Richardson pack over on STL Tones next week.